Welcome to your movement practice. It's been a minute, but we're back. And today we're going to do a little flow to baby grasshopper, a little hip opener. So we'll begin in Shavasana. Shoulder blades tucked under you. Arms and legs are wide. Begin to fall into the breath. Inviting for yourself a calm and clear headspace. Noticing how the body feels as you inhale and exhale. Noticing how the chest rises and falls. Really beginning to hone into that mind-body-breath connection. Imagining on the inhale, the breath running up the spine, kissing the crown of the head, chest rises, and as you exhale, the chest falls, the breath runs down the spine, pooling in the very bottom of the tailbone. Maybe beginning to bring a little heat into the breath, really drawing it in through the nose. Maybe you make a little bit of that ocean sound. Noticing if you favor the inhale, the exhale more, and trying to make them of equal length. Now drawing one really nice deep breath in, reach the arms overhead, inhale through the nose. Exhale to let it go, melt onto the mat. Inhale, arms up last time. Feel the arch in the spine. Exhale to let it go. I'm just going to adjust the mic a little bit so you're not hearing it rustle against me the whole time. Now we're going to plant both feet onto the ground, the soles of the feet firmly connected onto the mat. And just feel connected here for a moment. Feet are about hip width apart. Now on your next exhale, we bend into the right hip, sending the sole of the right foot towards the ceiling. The right hand grabs the outside blade edge of the right foot or behind the knee. And you're looking for that compression in the right hip. Both sits bones are firmly connected onto the ground. And you're really pushing into the hand with the right foot and resisting with the hand. Feel the knee draw back towards the mat. Not forgetting about the left foot, keeping that firmly connected as well. And now, very gently, trying to keep this angle in the right leg, you're going to bring your right arm down. Arms come out to a T. Trying to keep that happy baby shape. Squeezing the leg down with the power of the psoas. Inhale here. And on your next exhale, push into the left foot. See if you can hover the hips, maybe even an inch. Inhale to lower. Exhale to push and hover. Lower. Really squeezing that right knee back towards the shoulder. Push up. Keep going. Inhale to lower. Exhale to push. Flexing the foot towards the ceiling. Lower. push, 6, 7, last one, 8 to lower, push to hold. Really trying to suck the knee back, shine the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, keep the angle of the right leg and just bend at the hip to tap the heel on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, drag it back. Inhale, tap the heel. Not changing the angle of the knee. Exhale, bring it back. 3, inhale. Bring it back. 4, inhale. 2 more. When you bring it back, really trying to squeeze into that active happy baby shape by driving the knee down. 1 more. Everybody inhales here. Exhale to lower everything down. Plant the right sole of the foot onto the ground and windshield wiper the legs back and forth. Finding a place of stillness in the center, connecting both soles of the feet onto the ground. Now we start with that happy baby shape. Sole of the left foot points towards the ceiling. Left hand grabs the outside blade edge or behind the knee and just dragging the knee down. Keeping that sense of grounding in the left foot by pushing into the left hand though. And not forgetting about the activity in the right foot as well. Keeping both sits bones on the ground, especially the right one. It tends to want to lift up a little bit. Keeping the core engaged. Inhale. And as you exhale, release the foot. Try to keep the shape of the legs. Arms come out to a T. We hold for a moment. Right foot and leg are active. Core is engaged. Everybody inhales here. And as you exhale, push into the right foot. Maybe hover the hips, even if it's just an inch off the ground. Inhale, exhale, inhale to lower, Exhale to push, 2. Keep going on your own breath, inhaling to lower. Big exhale, push up. Find a little bit of power with that. Halfway, really dragging the left knee back in space, back towards the armpit, and shining the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. 1 more after this one. And we hold. Just for a moment. On your next inhale, we tap the heel onto the ground, changing the angle only of the hip, not the knee. Exhale to bring it back. Inhale to lower. Push into the right foot. Exhale to bring it back. 3. Tighten the core. 4. When you drive back, really trying to get back into that active happy baby shape, shining the sole of the foot towards the ceiling. 5. Nice. 6. Hold here for the inhale. Exhale, lower down, squeeze the legs in towards the chest. Give yourself a little rock, side to side. And then up and down, eventually gaining enough momentum to come over the legs and find tabletop position. It's a little spicy. When you're in your tabletop, just rocking back and forth actively, opening up the bottoms of the feet and the wrists. Just giving yourself a little bit of a joint wake up. Finding some stability in the center. Sucking navel to spine, pushing the ground away with the hands. We begin to lift the tailbone towards the ceiling. Drop the belly, roll through the spine. Shoulder blades are forced to come together and down the back. Chest pulls through the arms, chin lifts. Keep the upper body as is. Just tuck the tailbone. Round the belly, suck navel to spine. Roll through the spine, shoulder blades are bullied apart, chin tucks. Keep the upper body as is. Tailbone lifts. belly drops. Roll through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, kind of foregoing the breath a little bit, unless you want to connect breath to movement, and just really trying to focus on that movement of the spine. Last one. And we exhale into cat. Come back to neutral spine. Tent up on the right fingertips. Inhale, send the right leg, a bent right leg, back behind you, sucking the heel towards the glute. Ooh, I got a little bit of a cramp. And then as you inhale, open the hip, trying to stack the hip bones on top of each other, really pushing into the right fingertips, allowing the body to spiral to the right a little bit, finding a nice opening. And as you exhale, big hip circle, take that right foot, cross it all the way over the left leg, maybe shimmying the foot a little bit, and then send the hips back for a Gomukhasana shape. Inhale to unravel the body, send that right leg back behind you, find that nice opening. And the next time you're exhaling, take that right leg and thread it all the way around and through, sinking the hips back, Gomukhasana. 2 more on your own breath, really pushing into the tented fingertips on the right hand, keeping the hands nice and active. Sinking the hips back, nice opening. 1 more time. Exhale to cross the legs over. Stay here. Plant the right hand in the middle of the mat on the ground. And we're going to unravel the body, twisting to the left-hand side, straightening the legs, sending the left hand up for a fallen triangle. Maybe here you hover the left foot just an inch off the ground. One more breath, pushing into the right hand. Exhale, land the right foot if it's lifted. Rebend into the legs and find that Gomukhasana shape 1 more time. Now we come forward, unraveling the legs, sending the right foot back up into that tabletop 3-legged situation. We're pivoting on the left knee and opening the chest towards the right side of the mat for Ardha Chandrasana variation. Still squeezing the right heel towards the bum, lifting up with the power of the outside of the hip. Inhale here. Exhale to plant the right hand, pivot back on the left knee, find that nice opening 1 more time. And then exhale back to center. Working back into the cat and cows, tipping the tailbone up, dropping the belly, rolling through the spine, chest through the arms. And then tucking the tailbone, rolling through the spine, pushing the shoulder blades apart. 2 more times at your own pace. Last time. Finding that neutral spine, tenting up on the left fingertips. We lift the left leg, bent knee. And then we open the hip, trying to stack the hip bones on top of each other, rotating the chest a little bit to the left-hand side and pushing into both the hands, but especially the left one. And as you exhale, big hip circle with the left knee until you cross the left foot over the right, sinking the hips back for Gomukhasana. Inhale to come forward, unravel the legs, send the foot back. And exhale, cross. Send the hips back. Inhale to come forward. And exhale, send the left leg over. Last time. Exhale. We're going to stay here. Plant the left hand at about the middle of the mat. We're going to unravel the body, twisting to the right, and as we do, we're going to straighten the legs, lift the right hand up towards the ceiling. You can stay here, or maybe you hover that left foot. Really pushing into the left hand and both the feet, if both the feet are down, or just the right foot. Sharing the load throughout the body. Inhale. Exhale, plant the left foot. The right fingertips reconnect with the ground. Bend into the knees. Rediscover that Gomukhasana shape. And then we come forward, unraveling the legs, finding that wild thing three-legged table. Then we pivot on the right knee. Open up to the left-hand side. Left fingertips reach up towards the ceiling. Really squeezing the heel towards the bum. Keeping it active, keeping both arms active, reaching away from each other. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to pivot on the leg. Keep the left leg lifted. Just plant the left fingertips and find that wild thing kind of table. And then exhale, back to center. Hover the knees, about an inch off the ground. Push the hands against the mat. Find even weight distribution. Tone the core. Inhale and exhale. Next inhale, send the hips back and high, downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling out the feet if that's what you need. Inhale, right foot lifts back and high. And then we open the hip, stacking the hips like we did in table, and bend the knee. Maybe you can come up onto the right fingertips. Find a bit of a twist. Keep the tented fingertips. Look forward, and as you exhale, come into plank and try to tap that right knee towards your nose. Inhale. Exhale, plant the right foot in between the hands, and then send the right fingertips up towards the ceiling for a revolved lunge. Pressing firmly into the left hand. Inhale here. And then exhale, begin to pivot so you're on the blade edge of the left foot and drag the right toes back to meet the left for side plank. We're not here for long. Push into the hand. Inhale, drag the right toes up along the inside of the left leg, bending the knee, finding a little bit extra height. Stay here just a little bit longer. Inhale. Exhale, cross the right foot over now, toes facing forward. And then sweep the right hand and the right fingertips down and forward, lifting up on the back foot, finding warrior three. Stretching the arms and the foot away from each other. Inhale, bringing any degree of bend into the standing leg. Exhale, slowly rise up to hover, bring the left foot along with you. Point the toes at the top. Inhale. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down onto the belly. Come up onto the tops of the feet. Leave the hands where they are. And inhale, lift the chest. Pull the elbows together, taking no weight in the hands. Shoulders away from the ears. And on your next inhale, straighten the arms, pull the body through the arms, come up onto the tops of the feet, thighs are hovering. Exhale, tuck the chin, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, left foot lifts, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. Come onto tented fingertips on the left-hand side, pushing into all three corners of the standing leg, sinking chest back towards the thigh. Inhale. Exhale, come forward into that plank position, still on tented fingertips on the left-hand side. Drive the left knee up towards the nose, hold. Plant the left foot between the hands and float the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Really pushing into the big toe mound on the right foot. Kind of thinking about driving the left knee forward and countering it by driving the left shoulder back. Now we're going to put most of the weight into the right hand, right foot, coming onto blade edge of right foot as the body spirals. Dragging the left foot back to meet the right, finding that initial side plank. We're not here for long. Now dragging the left toes up the inside of the right leg, finding a little bit extra height with that bent leg now. And now crossing the left foot over, toes face forward. The body spins to face the ground. Arms sweep overhead, back foot lifts, warrior three. Inhale. Exhale, and as you do, come all the way up to standing, dragging the right foot forward, pointing the toes. Inhale. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank and hold for the inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Tops of the feet on the mat, elbows hug together. Inhale, lift the chest and the head. The arms and the hands take no weight. They're dragging backwards energetically. Shoulders away from the ears on your next inhale. Straighten the arms, pull the chest through the arms. Come up onto the tops of the feet, thighs hover. Exhale, tuck the chin. Find your way into down dog for 4 breaths. Maybe taking a little drink of water, maybe tying up your hair. But then everybody meets back in that down dog shape. Maybe rolling out the wrists a little bit. I know side planks can get a little bit wrist intense. We're going to do that whole flow one more time. Everybody meets in down dog for 1 more breath. Now inhale, lift the right foot back and high, 3-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee, coming up onto tented fingertips on the right hand side, but keeping yourself totally grounded on all 3 points of contact on the left foot. Keeping those tented fingertips as you look forward, rolling your way into plank, driving right knee towards the nose, hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands, float the right fingertips up for revolve lunge. Right knee and right shoulder would go away from each other. And now shifting more weight into the left hand, we come onto the blade edge of the left foot and we drag the right foot back to meet the left. Finding that nice side plank shape. Dragging the right toes at the inside of the left leg until they come off, peel off the leg, and reach the right knee towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, plant the right foot on the ground, toes face forward. Sweep both of the arms forward. Hover the back toes. Find your warrior three. Front leg is bent to any degree. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come up, bringing the leg with you. Find your staff pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. This time, hold, inhale. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull the chest through the arms, straighten the arms. Exhale, downward dog. Right away, inhale, left foot back and high. Open the hip, bend the leg. Keep yourself grounded on that standing leg. Come up onto tented fingertips, left hand side. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, find that plank shape. Trying to draw knee to nose. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands. Float the left fingertips up. Find that nice revolved lunge. Left shoulder pulls towards the back of the mat while the left knee draws forward. Now putting most of the weight into the right side body, coming onto the blade edge of the right foot, drag the left toes back to meet the right side plank. Dragging the left toes up the inside of the right leg until they finally peel off at the very top, finding all that extra height. Inhale. Exhale, plant the left foot, toes face forward. Pivot the body so you're in warrior 3. Back toes hover, find your balance. Inhale. Exhale, slowly make your way up to staff pose, brushing the right toes through. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, find your plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway hold. Inhale, pull the chest through the arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. 4 breaths. I'm just going to switch the position of the mic. I really feel like it's brushing against my chin. Pushing into the hands, sending the hips back towards the heels. One more breath. Now inhale, right foot back and high. Open the hip, bend the knee, same as before. Come up onto tented fingertips. But from here, keep spiraling so you're on the blade edge of the left foot. Maybe the right fingertips hover. Maybe they reach back. Hold here in this active, wild thing. And now see if you can do this without planting the right fingertips on the ground. Slowly shift the weight forward, more of like that side plank variation. Take the right foot with you, and then try to land the right foot at the top of the mat between where both the hands would be. Stay here. Inhale, find that revolved high lunge. And now reach back with the top arm. And imagine you're being pulled up by a string. Become light on the left fingertips. Find your twisted high lunge. The right knee is working forward, and the right hand is working back. Find that opposition. Engage the core. Now inhale, sweep the right arm forward. Find your high lunge. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, reach the arms forward, frame the front foot. Now we can begin to put all the weight into the right foot as we lift the back toes, finding standing splits. Keep the left foot active, either flexed or demi-pointed. And as we inhale, keep all the work in the right leg. Keep pressing into all three corners and just swing the left leg, the left straight leg, out to the left-hand side, feeling the stretch in the hip. Toes are flexed and maybe even pointed down a little bit so the lift is coming from the abductors. Keeping a nice straight spine. Exhale, straight leg. Swing the left leg all the way over to the right-hand side. This time, bend the knee, the right knee, and try to set the blade edge of the left foot onto the ground. Feel the stretch in the right outer hip. But still, there's a sense of hugging the legs together, trying to squeeze the left leg so it hovers, but it won't. Lean forward, inhale, sweep the left leg all the way around. Find that side hip stretch. And on your next exhale, swing it all the way back around, bending into the right knee, trying to plant the outer edge of that foot onto the ground, but still hugging the legs together as if you're squeezing a block between your thighs. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Keep that squeeze. Feel the right outer hip burning a little bit. Inhale to open. Exhale to squeeze. Whew. Spicy. Inhale to just your normal standing split. Hover the hands. Maybe gather the hands at the chest. Feel the right glute really working here. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way up to stand. Drag those left toes through. Point the foot, inhale. Exhale, lower. Whew. Shifting the weight into the left foot. And then taking the right foot up. And then taking the blade edge of the right foot and placing it onto the left thigh. Bending into the left knee. Finding your standing pigeon. The right blade edge of the foot is really pressing into the thigh for balance. Folding as far over the right leg as feels comfortable. Maybe your hands can find the ground. 2 more breaths. Inhale to come all the way up, uncrossing the legs, shooting the right foot forward. Staff, fight for your balance. Exhale, lower everything down. Spicy. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. Just notice the difference in the legs, if there is one. Now inhale, sweep the left toes back and high. Open the hip, bend the knee. Find all the work. Tented fingertips left hand side. Now we spiral and pivot the body, coming onto the blade edge of the right foot, twisting towards the left, maybe floating the left fingertips. Pushing the chest back towards the thigh. Now try not to plant the hand if you have it up, coming through that plie type plank, taking the left foot with you, and then planting the left foot next to the right hand. Lifting the left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Find that nice revolved lunge. And now reaching back with the left fingertips. Imagine there's a string dragging you up to twisted high lunge. Unravel the body, face forward, high lunge. 3 breaths. Lift up out of the waist, inhale. Exhale, reach your arms forward, plant them on the ground, shift the weight forward, find the standing splits. Really sucking navel towards spine, keeping the spine as straight as you can. Either flexing or demi-pointing the right foot, just keeping it nice and active. And now swing the right leg out to the right-hand side. Feel the work in the abductors or the outer hip required to keep the leg in this position. Maybe pointing the toes a little bit down so you can better engage that outer hip. Now straight legs, swing all the way around to the left-hand side, bend into the left knee, plant the outside edge of the right foot onto the ground, and squeeze the legs together. Inhale to unravel. Really pressing into the foot and both the hands equally. Exhale, swing around, planting the outer edge of the right foot on the ground, hug the knees and the thighs in towards each other. Not the knees, the thighs. Inhale to untwist, 3. Exhale, swing the leg around and squeeze. Last time, inhale, swing the leg around. Nice. Exhale, squeeze. Feel the work in the left outer hip. Now inhale to the standing split. Gather the hands at heart center, warrior 3. Feel the hip burning. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Drag the right toes with you forward, point the toe, inhale. Exhale, lower the foot. Shift the weight into the right foot. Bend into the left knee. Outer edge of the left foot finds the right thigh. Bending into the right knee, finding Tadha Kapotasana or standing pigeon, fighting for your balance. Three more breaths. Every exhale, you try to sink a little bit deeper. Flexing the left toes always. Inhale to come all the way back up to center. Uncross the legs, shoot the left toes forward, staff pose. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, find your plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, lower halfway, hold. Inhale, pull the chest through the arms. Legs are active. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, right foot goes back and high. Open the hip and bend the knee. Find tented fingertips. Roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Slowly pivot the body, but this time, under control, try to land the right toes behind you, opening the chest for Wild Thing. Exhale, just rotate towards the right-hand side. Find your side plank, dragging the right toes to the inside of the left leg until they finally come off as high as you can get them up that leg first. Then lift off, knee towards the ceiling. Exhale, plant the right foot on the ground, toes face the long edge of the mat. This time we sink all the way down. Baby grasshopper, my favorite. Right arm reaches up, crosses in front of the right leg, just trying to find maybe the left foot. And you can stay here if you're working on this. And if you're working on this, really try to focus pressing the shin into the tricep and then the foot into the ground to keep it active. No matter where you are, even if you're all the way back here, you're still keeping the work of pressing the shin into the tricep, foot into the ground, and trying to actively lift the left foot even if it doesn't. If you want a little bit extra, reach around, try to find the inside of the right foot, and then lean forward until you can pop up off the hips, push into the foot, And then push the left foot into the hand, lifting up and bending into the left elbow. Left elbow is hugging in, pushing into the hand and the foot equally. 4 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, lower everything down. Rotate so that the left fingertips face forward. Inhale. Exhale, push into the right foot, lift the hips off the ground. Find that side plank variation. Exhale, rotate the body so the right fingertips find the ground. Drag knee to nose. On your next inhale, find your 3-legged dog. Push back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left hand side. Left hand. Left foot reaches back and high. Open the hip, bend the knee. Slowly pivot onto the outer edge of the right foot. Come up on tented fingertips, left hand side. Under control. Become light on the left fingertips as you send gently the left foot to the floor. Lift the chest high. Now what we're going to do is rotate a little bit more to the left long edge of the mat for side plank. Drag the left toes up the right inner thigh until they can't anymore, then lift them off the leg. Find a little bit extra height. We're not here for long. Keep pushing into the right hand. Cross the left foot over and sink the hips. Right fingertips face the long edge of the mat. Now here you're either working that same flexibility portion by reaching the left fingertips out to the left hand side and then pushing tricep into knee and then left foot into the ground and practicing maybe hovering the right foot. Or you shift the weight forward, reach around, grab onto the inside edge of the outer foot of the right foot, the inside edge of the right foot, and then lean forward enough and push into the left hand until you can lift the hips. Really pushing a flexed right foot into the left hand, squeezing tricep into knee, hugging the right elbow in. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, lower everything down. Right fingertips face forward. And as you exhale, lift the hips off the ground. Push into the left foot. Find a nice outer hip stretch. And then rotate the body so you plant both hands, pivoting on the feet. Drive knee to nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot back and high. Exhale, knee to nose, hold. 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands. This time lower down on the back knee for low lunge. Starting to slow down the breath a little bit. Maybe planting the left hand, twisting the body to the right hand side. See how that feels. Maybe bending into the back knee, grabbing on to the outside edge of the left foot. Wherever you are, feeling a nice opening in the left psoas. Pressing into all 3 corners of the right foot. Inhale. Exhale to release very slowly. Now we're going to walk the right toes to the left-hand side, flexing the foot, lowering the hips, bringing any degree of bend into the back knee. The goal is to keep the front leg parallel with the front edge of the mat. So if you have to drag the back toes and the back knee up a little bit, I definitely recommend that. First, lifting up on the inhale, and exhale, slowly lowering over the front leg. Slowly working your way up, pressing into your hands and finding your way into that down dog position. Inhale, left foot back and high. Exhale, knee to nose hold. 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands. Find that low lunge. You can stay here, or you can plant the right hand, left hand to left knee, twisting to the left-hand side. Or reach back and find that outer edge of the left foot. If you have the foot, you're still kicking back a little bit, keeping the posture active, engaging the muscles, but not crazy. You're not pushing in super hard. Your inhales help you find length throughout the spine, and your exhales help you sink deeper into the posture. One more breath. And now releasing the foot if you have it under control. Heel toeing the left foot out to the left-hand side, placing the knee gently on the ground. The goal is to keep this shin totally parallel, so dragging in that back leg as much as you need. Inhaling first at the top, and then exhaling over the leg. Again, your inhales help you find length, and your exhales help you to sink deeper. Finding your fullest expression of the posture. Working gently and patiently into the hip. Pushing into the hands, slowly working your way up, swinging the back leg around, planting both the feet on the ground, reaching forward, rounding out the spine, and slowly lowering vertebrae by vertebrae onto the mat. Soles of the feet are connected about hip width apart on the ground. 2 rounds of bridge, or 1 round of bridge, 1 round of wheel. Feet are, yes, hip width apart or greater. Start by pushing the triceps into the mat, tucking the shoulder blades under you a little bit, driving the tailbone up towards the ceiling, and slowly lifting the hips off the ground vertebrae by vertebrae. Pushing into all 3 corners of the feet. Knees are hugging in towards midline. Pushing upper arms into the mat. Keeping the neck soft. Inhale to find a little bit more height. Exhale to lower down. Either taking bridge one more time or wheel. If you're taking bridge, you're doing the same actions. If you're taking wheel, The palms are outside of the head, fingertips facing forward. Feet are hip width apart or greater. And on the next inhale, begin to contract the abdomen, sucking belly button to spine, and then lift the hips, pushing into the feet, and then pushing into the hands. Keeping the legs nice and active. The work is coming from the legs, hugging the knees in towards midline, pushing into the feet. Two more breaths. Trying to level out the pelvis. The hip flexion coming from the legs. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lowering down, whether you're in wheel or bridge. Windshield wipering the legs to reset the back a little bit. Arms come out to a T, shins are parallel with the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the right hand side. Easy twist. Keeping it nice and delicate. On your inhales, you focus on the length coming into the spine from the breath. Like we did at the beginning, drawing the breath from the bottom of the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, you tone the core a little bit. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. Trying to release tension. One more. Inhale, drag the legs back through center using the obliques. And exhale to the left hand side. Being nice and gentle. Finding length in the inhale. Imagining that breath running up the column, your spinal column. Exhale, navel to spine twist. Gazes over the right shoulder. Inhale to come back through center using the obliques. Exhale, squeeze everything together. You're in a little ball. Rock side to side. One more inhale, tuck in really nice and tight. Exhale, extend everything out into Shavasana. Tucking the shoulder blades under you a little bit. Allowing the eyes to close. Feel the limbs heavy against the floor. Relax into the fingers and toes. Feel the whole back body connected to the floor. Let go of any control on the breath. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Let go of the practice. Let go of any lingering thoughts that could be monkey chatter. Divert your attention back to the breath. Imagine it running all the way up your spine from your tailbone as you inhale, touching the very top of the head. And as you exhale, feel it run all the way back down. Now begin to introduce some movement into the fingers and toes, giving the wrists and ankles a bit of a circle, reaching the arms up ahead and the toes out long. Inhale, really wide, really big. Feel that nice stretch in the low back. Exhale to let it go. Inhale, one more big stretch. Arms and legs reach away from each other. Exhale, let it go. Make your way into a seated position on the mat. Maybe you gather hands to heart center, but you don't have to. Thank you so much for joining me for my first practice in a long time, and I hope you're excited for more. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.